I can't speculate as to when other officers were doing it, and I can't recall specifically when I was, but probably later last year, at the third quarter of last year.
In the third quarter of
The second half of last year.
sometime after June of 2012.
Correct.
Now, do you recall this? Do you recall, were you starting to cite people for chalking the sidewalk just because you chose to start doing that, or was it because you had been advised or instructed by your sergeant to start citing people for chalking on the sidewalk?
I can't tell you exactly who told me, but it had been, I wanted to tell you more, but I'm trying to stick to the question, the way that you're phrasing the question. I don't remember exactly who told me at what time to begin chalking.
To begin citing people for chalking?
To begin citing people for chalking.
But would you agree that the person who told you to start citing people for chalking was somebody in your command structure? Is that true?
Somebody, correct.
It wasn't a citizen walked in off the street and said, we think you should start citing people for chalking the sidewalk. It was somebody who wore a badge and had some stripes on their shoulders, correct?
Well, we had people complain about other activities.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you
Well, you
about,
did actually say it was actually citizens, so.
so did a citizen instruct you to start citing people for chalking the
Negative,
sidewalk?
I did not.
Okay, so now listen carefully to the question that's
Great.
to you, officer. The person that did instruct you to start citing people for chalking on the sidewalk, was that person wearing a badge?
Yes,
And was that person had patches on his shoulder?
yes.
And was that person
Objection,
one of
Your
the
Honor.
superiors?
I guess I'm going to ask that the defense counsel be instructed not to badger the witness. The
All right,
witness is
well,
attempting to be as cooperative as possible.
All
Oh, I would disagree with
All
that.
right, you know what, excuse me. I think you've established your point. Your voice is rising a little, Mr. Jamboy, so let's calm it down. And the witness, again, focus on the question, and then you can go ahead and ask your next one.
So it was a sergeant, or lieutenant, or somebody higher up in the command structure who instructed you to start citing people for chalking the sidewalk. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that's a command or order that came down sometime in the third or fourth quarter of 2012. Is that correct?
From what I recall, correct.
And you've been a Capitol Patrol officer for 24 years.
Correct.
And in the previous 23 years, you've never been instructed to cite people for chalking the sidewalk. Is that correct?
Not specifically, no.
That's not correct, or you've never been specifically instructed to cite people for chalking the sidewalk?
That's what I said, not specifically, no.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions of this witness.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Redirect.
I do, Your Honor.